everybody.
Hey everyone, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon
and me, Banshee. Welcome to this special unboxing show.
That's right, we have something really special we've waited a long time for, and it's so special we waited till now to share it with you.
Well, let me just say this is a special custom edition of this deck, which I'm sure if it's not out on the mass market now will be out shortly, but it may have been published and it may be in a different packaging entirely from what we're going to show you today, although the card images of course would be the same.
Right, exactly.
Well, everybody should know by now, even though I've been rotating through a lot of decks lately, that we love Ciro Marchetti in this household.
Oh yes, we even have their banner.
It's pretty clear that, you know, we are a fan. You know, the Lenormand decks, the tarot decks, we have a lot of them. So for our, what did we buy it for?
Anniversary?
Yes. Our 40th wedding anniversary.
Thank you. I feel gray hairs have just popped out. No, they haven't. We
treated ourselves to a custom edition. You want to show it in the other camera?
Sure, but I have to switch the camera.
All right. Custom edition of the Mystic Palette Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. It's a custom edition. You had your choice of the sepia colored deck or the multicolored deck, and we chose the multicolored deck. Also, Mr. O, let me just toss this way. If you could show this side here. There is Ciro Marchetti's signature. It's in a number of places in this deck, in this box, which is really fabulous. So, on with the show.
Perhaps he has more than one persona.
I wonder. He's an amazing man. He's an amazing gifted artist.
So part of why this is special for us is, of course, we had it made deluxe for us.
Right. So it has special features. We will get to that. Here is the Mystic Palette Guidebook, which is done by Lee Burstyn. And I believe, okay, I don't see a signature in the book itself, but there's a play card in here that has Ciro Marchetti's name on it, and I believe that's him, the artist, as well. That's his image there, or likeness as he draws it. And it does show the back of the card. And the back of the card has our astrological symbols on it. They put that on there for us both. Isn't that awesome? And then it says,
Tarot for Today. I said that like Chicken Man.
So that was very, very nice. So anyway, we have that, and so this is just an awesome personalized deck. It didn't quite come this way because you know I had to peek. But we do have a nice velvety bag.
The velvety bag. Nice purpley color.
And the cards are inside, which will now be revealed, except there's one other thing that came with our deck, because it was also custom and designed. We got a reading cloth from Ciro Marchetti. This just made such a great gift all the way around. Okay, how do we reveal this, Mr. O?
Probably hold up on each end.
Oh, it's not very big. Here we go. There. We can't see, but we hope you can.
Looks beautiful. But yeah, that's the reading cloth that came with the deck.
Silky, satiny. Oh. Okay, well, now I've made a mess of things, haven't I?
It's softer than a baby tarot card reader's behind.
Hey, hey, hey. Watch that, Mr. O. All right, we are going to move this onward so that we can show you the rest of the cards.
The bag.
Well, what do you say we pull this rabbit out of the hat?
I've been waiting.
All right, let's roll. Hey, it's Santa Fool.
Santa Fool.
Kind of looks cute. Then we have the Magician, which is Ciro Marchetti's self-portrait, I believe. The Hierophant.
Oh,
Did I say the Hierophant?
Yeah, I caught that.
I
You meant
did.
the Magician.
What's wrong with me?
And, of course, that means that we totally missed the Empress, or the High Priestess, rather.
We're in great
There's
shape
the
today.
Empress.
He's rolling. He's going beyond the arrows. This card, we have to slow it down a little bit to talk about some of these cards. I love this card. I love this Emperor. I love the image of the ram. Very, very nice. Here is the Hierophant. I was getting ahead of myself. Very Pope-like.
Well, that's what he is, though, right?
I know.
He usually looks like the Pope in a lot of decks, and he did not disappoint.
The Lovers, and do you like that they're jester-like?
Love is a comedy. Oh, wait, that's life.
The Chariot. Wow. Hey, drama. Nobody does drama like Ciro, and you may notice on these cards that he is emphasizing the astrological symbols a bit more as well. But there is Strength. Beautiful card. Beautiful card. And my favorite card is up and coming in all decks, the Hermit. Nicely done.
Gnarly.
Hey, what you mean gnarly? And then, wow, the Wheel of Fortune. Justice. I love this Hanged Man. I love the way that he's hanging, that flow, the roots in the ground, the tree.
Oh, yeah, that's
beautiful.
Very cool. Great look.
And kind of a Day of the Dead kind of more motif. San Muerte. Beautiful. Beautiful death card.
Death.
Temperance. The Devil. The big D. Oh, the Crashing House. Tower. Beautiful Star. Mysterious Moon.
I like that.
I'm sure you do. And me, I like that. Look at that sun.
He makes all the colors look so good together.
Judgment. Awesome.
Oh, yes.
No trumpets blaring, but maybe they don't have to. And the World, which is, again, really, really a cool card because it's showing the Fool back on his journey. Is he completing it, or is he starting anew? Or both?
Yes.
Yes.
So that was the major arcana.
That was the majors, and now we are on to the minors.
First up, is it the Wands? Yes.
The Ace of Wands. I'm sorry. I'm just cheating. I wanted to look at something. The Two. He has some really cool Two of Wands in his decks, and this one is right up there. I love those dragons at the top. Beautiful.
And they're different colors, red and blue.
The Three of Wands. No people in this card, which is interesting, but it's clear there's a party going on in this house. The Four of Wands.
Yes, you can almost feel the music coming out of there.
The Five of Wands. The Six of Wands. This really gives you that sense of being on top. The Seven of Wands. Really beautiful, that perspective.
Oh, I love
there.
that. Yeah. You know, it forces you to look at that as the person who's standing their ground.
And then it really looks like what he sees looking down, you know.
Yeah, his
and in a way,
perspective.
he sees he's on top of it. You know, it's going to be hard to pull him down. The Eight of Wands. They look more stable, though, don't they?
Well, I don't know about stable, but that centaur probably belongs in a stable.
Oh, you are a silly one, Mr. O. The Nine of Wands.
And I see a hearkening to the Hermit in a way there with that.
Okay.
I don't know why, it just makes me feel of the Hermit. And of course the Hermit is a 9.
The Ten of Wands, which is really interesting to me looking at this card, because I was looking at it at first and thinking, is that the Ten of Swords? Are those swords in his back? But no, the wands are burdening him so much, it's just brought him to his knees.
Yeah.
I think that's very,
Nice
very
take on
interesting. There's the Page of Wands, nice and fiery. And if you think that's fire, wait till you get a load of our Knight of Wands here. And if you think that's fiery, this queen is hot, hot, hot.
Indeed.
Ciro always does the court card so beautifully.
Well, the Queen of Wands is quite the enchantress type. He looks very kingly. Peter O'Toole even.
On to the cups. Ace of Cups. Okay, this is awesome. This is awesome for a couple of things. The Two of Cups. Some of his decks have really remarkable Two of Cups. Let's put that in the picture here. Look here. We have the woman reflecting in the man's cup and the man reflecting in the woman's cup.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Isn't that awesome?
Yes, very nice.
It's like they are separate, but yet they are whole, and they are part of each other. Oh, that's such a good card. I love that card. Three of Cups. Some ethereal cups in this deck. I at first had to look for the cups and said, oh yeah, it's a cup. So that's one thing of note in this deck. The Four of Cups, beautiful. And you know how usually the majors have Roman numerals just and the minors
yes,
don't?
this threw me off a little bit.
Yeah, it's thrown me off a little bit too, because this one has, you know, the Roman numerals as well. The Five of Cups. And the 5 is very blended in. I will say that I had a little bit of problem reading, you know, my old eyes. So, you know, it's a little bit of a caveat I will say about this deck.
You know, I almost get the feeling like this could be talking about somebody who's got a drinking problem. Look at the glass outside the window. Larger than life. I mean, don't you get like a funny image from that?
Maybe. Or maybe that they're making their disappointments larger than life.
Ooh.
Or maybe, since that's a full cup standing, it's trying to say, hey, look at what you have left here.
Drink
All
up.
right, so the 6, the 6 of Cups.
It's pretty.
Look at the 7. Love the book in one of the cups. Way to go, Ciro. This librarian approves. The 8 of Cups. Which is interesting, it's over water. But I mean, well, it's cups, I know.
It works. There's a river in the other one, right?
And give me some vino, 9 of Cups. And you know, it's interesting too. Are there 9 cups in there? Am I missing them? They're probably here, right? Yeah, there they are. Some of them. So that's another thing. I'm not sure that all the cups are represented in the deck, but the number's there. This looks like 10 of Cups, and it's beautiful. It evokes that image of a happy family life. It's just really
a
nice.
quaintness.
Yeah, yeah. Love it. Page of Cups. Knight of Cups. Ooh, love that coral. Look at all that. Queen of Cups. Just beautiful. You know, there's a little bit of red in there, you know, going against a watery image, and I'm getting the feel that it's evoking this idea of her intense emotions.
Well, you know, some interpretations, like the Thoth deck, they talk about the fire of water, the air of earth, and that's the court cards.
Yeah,
the court cards carry a vibration, possibly, you know, associated with another element, but it's still water, fire, etc. Dick Van Dyke. No, I know, it's Dr. Kildare, actually. It looks like Richard Chamberlain.
Mr. O is going back in the days again.
It's Richard Chamberlain.
It does look a little Richard Chamberlain-like.
He would be the King of Cups.
Maybe.
Alrighty.
He was a healer. Wait a minute, wasn't he a doctor?
Well, he was Dr. Kildare.
Right, which is a healer.
Yeah.
Which, okay, I guess that would be cup, but that could be swords too.
But of course, he was very famous for playing the conflicted priest in the Thornbirds.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
All right, Mr. O. We wax. We excuse our prattle. All right, there we have the mighty Ace of Swords. On to the 2. That looks a little more active for a 2 of Swords, I must say.
Well, the blindfold is still there. Maybe somebody that knows poses might say, well, that's a stationary pose. You know, like there's a stance involved there that maybe...
Okay.
Am I making you yawn?
No, you are not. You are not.
We're so excited it's putting us to sleep. No.
Well, and it's interesting because it does seem like they're either on the ground or in the air. I can't make up my mind.
Well, I get a posture, and I'm thinking of a yogic posture or a lunge even.
The 3 of Swords. I love that.
Oh, he looks very sad.
The 4 of Swords. Definitely a rest and repose sort of card.
Right, this magic horse will make you float up in your dreams. Well, you know, nightmares, dreams, mares.
Oh.
It's got some little imageries in there.
5 of Swords. Looks like a tough one here.
Well, sometimes we call this card the
either
card where
arrogance
no one wins.
or thievery, some kind of cunning.
Definitely adversity.
There's definitely adversity in that card. Oh, there's a kitty cat and an owl.
The owl and the
6 of
pussycat.
Swords.
That's pretty. I like that.
Beautiful. Ah, the thief in the night. A bird. The 7 of Swords.
I shall relieve you of your burden.
And speaking of birds, and you know, of course, swords are air, so I get the bird motifs in these. This one is interesting. The 8 of Swords.
I like that.
Is the caged bird out of the cage, but the person has put themselves behind bars, so to speak.
And of course, there's always that idea in the 8 of Swords. Are you really a prisoner or is it voluntary?
The 9 of Swords. The look of fears. Or trepidation. And of course, the 10 of Swords. Sheaths of light stabbing through, which is interesting because in a way, the 10 of Swords, you know, let's say it's about a betrayal or some deep wounds.
The Jester's cap.
Oh, wow. Innocence. Innocence,
is the first casualty.
Is a casualty here. Yes, and, you know, the 10 swords in this case are light, indicating, you know, that you were, this brought, a very shocking illumination. The Page of Swords. The Knight of Swords. Got a nice grip on that sword there. The Queen of Swords. Okay. Who does this one look like, Mr. O? The King of Swords.
I don't know. Who do you think it looks like?
I don't know. Certainly not Liam Neeson.
No.
Who would it be?
This one's too handsome to be Liam. What I was gonna
say, he didn't mean that, Liam. He didn't mean that.
Yeah, please keep following us. Don't unfollow us for that.
Oh, dear. We have the Ace of Pentacles shining bright. And is that puppies? I'm not sure.
I think they're wolf puppies.
Wolf puppies.
Oh,
wolf cubs. This is really cool. The two. You can just see that whirlwind of like trying to do too much, but also the timepiece.
Mm-hmm.
The timepiece is very prominent there. So much to do, so little time kind of analogy maybe.
A lot of cool images, that one.
The 3, and look at the ants on there. That's a message. Worker bees, worker ants.
Yes.
The 4 pentacles. Hey, gotta stash away for the winter. Squirrels know it. The 5. Beautiful. And you can see there's that kind of despondent despair. But I wonder with that coin there, if that's the sign that hope is there. There is hope there. Mm-hmm. You just don't see it.
Well, you almost feel like maybe he doesn't understand value is part of the message there, that value is not understood. You have value, but you don't understand it.
And then we have the 6 of Pentacles. Is she giving? Is she taking? That's an interesting take on that one, too. The 7 of Pentacles is pretty standard in a way, what I would expect.
Whistle while you don't work.
Well, they're not exactly sleeping on the job. They're thinking about it, at least.
Yeah, it's always a card of pondering of some sort.
The 8 of Pentacles. The 9.
I love her little mask.
And the 10 of Pentacles. Well, that one I'm not...
I like that.
You like it?
It's different.
It is different.
Toucans?
Toucans. I feel as though, is there a smaller toucan and a bigger toucan, perhaps?
Yeah, there are 2 there.
So in a way, it looks as though maybe one is like the more... Like this is the parent and the child, and
maybe
this is their nest egg.
Different areas there. Well, not areas, I guess. Butterflies. The number of butterflies floating around.
We're gonna have to really examine the book on this and look at some of the meanings on these. Some very interesting images. The page, so beautiful. I like the emphasis on nature in this. In of course in Earth, in this one.
Now there's your Liam Neeson. Or maybe it's Mel Gibson. I don't know.
I could see that too in a way.
And I guess they're like 2 actors that I'm not.
The Knight of Pentacles.
Fond of.
The Queen.
Oh, I like that. And
love it. The King.
When I saw him from a distance, I thought, oh, that's that singer, John Anderson.
No, it's not.
Well, when you look at it closer, but like just, as a glancing, there's a resemblance. Yes, there is. There is to King of Pentacles. So that's pretty much it.
That is the deck. I just wanted to say that, like I said, there's a fairly decent sized book here. I've got a card in here, which is not helping me fan through right. But I wanted to just double check one thing before we go, and we can sign off. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I just want to be sure about something. So I recommend the deck just because the artwork is fabulous. Be aware, though, that some of the cards, like I said, some of the Roman numerals bleed into the artwork in such a way that, you know, you got to really kind of look to make sure that you...
Yeah, just take your time when you're reading and let the images wash over you, because there's very dreamy, semi-surreal, not quite surreal. The ones that normally are. And they just wash over you a certain way.
And some of them are more clearly Rider-Waite than the others,
yes.
But for the most part, it is a Rider-Waite deck.
Right.
You know,
I think there's a few
spirit.
things that are astrological, alchemical, that maybe come from the various other sources of those I mentioned, Thoth deck. Still, you know, and so therefore, you know, the more you know about those things, the more nuance that may give you in your readings. But it's clearly a really visual deck to work with. Love it.
They do have a Mystic Palette spread in the back. I think that may be the only spread in here. So you're not getting this 4 extra spreads, but it is a very inclusive book. With interpretations that I believe, you know, they give a lot of stuff, but it seems to border on all being upright interpretations. So it might be about one of those books and situations where they're blended together. But besides an interpretation, they give you keywords. So that's good, especially with the major arcana. They give you a number of more things. They give you keywords, the astrology and the Hebrew letter, some information.
So it
on
may
that.
not be a total novice tool, but it certainly would be one for a beginning reader who might appreciate such quality images there. And definitely readers of intermediate or advanced status will love it.
And they do give just the interpretation and the astrology and the minor arcana. I did want to add that. So that is it. That is Ciro Marchetti's deck. Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this presentation, and do like and subscribe.
Right, and we'll have more unboxings in the near future, so
there's always something in this house.
check it out.
All right, we'll see you guys soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.